It is Tuesday, November 14th, 2017.
178-22 SP2, authorization to deny the petition for the KIPP Bayview Elementary Charter School. Whereas pursuant to California Education Code Section 47605, the KIPP Bay Area Schools submitted a petition for approval to the San Francisco Unified School District, and pursuant to the California Education Code 47605, the Board of Education of the district is in receipt of the petition effective August 22nd, 2017, and whereas the district complied with all timelines for review and action on the petition as required by law, whereas the Board of Education considered the level of public support for the charter school and reviewed the petition and all information received with respect to the petition, including supporting documentation, and whereas the district superintendent and district staff completed a review of the petition and issued a report and recommendation to the Board of Education regarding the review of the petition, and whereas the district superintendent and district staff review of the petition found the petitioners are demonstrably unlikely to successfully implement the program set forth in the petition, and the petition does not contain reasonably comprehensive description of all the charter provisions outlined in Education Code. Therefore, it be resolved that the Board of Education shall deny the petition subject to the requirements set forth by law.
I am going to honor what I've committed to for the Bayview, and I'm going to continue to support the leadership that we've put in place there with Nikki and with Demetrius. I really believe in their leadership. I believe that the commitment that we have in our principals and the teachers in the 4 elementary schools that we currently support in the Bayview. I'm not prepared tonight to take away from the elementary schools that we've committed to in the Bayview that I think are showing progress, and our staff are committed to ensuring that we're providing a quality education for our young people.
The people of the Bayview community and the public schools in the Bayview are the reason why I sit at this dais. The educators at Thurgood Marshall High School are the reason why I sit at this dais. And I know that with the right conditions in place, the public schools we have in our system can and do thrive. I've had family members that have been pushed out of KIPP. There's no makeup policy. If you miss the assignment, you get a 0. There are no D's. So if you get a 65%, you failed the class. And so midway through the semester, my cousin is talking to me, afraid that his son is going to fail out and asking to come back to one of our schools. So there is a fundamentally different way that we approach education. Those concerns continue. I mean, seeing that type of education practice continue at elementary school is what I have reservations about. The suspension rate at the middle and high school has also been problematic for me. So, those are my hang-ups about what KIPP has been to the city.
I am not tonight going to support this petition. I do not think that the school as described in this petition is the right school for all of our students in the Bayview, and I think as the Board of Education we have to be concerned with all students. And I will, as I said, not be supporting the petition this evening.
In our committee discussions, we did talk about some of the concerns around discipline, the practice of counseling out students, and teacher turnover as issues. And I was hoping for a longer conversation about how we might partner. But I understand the KIPP folks decided to proceed with a charter request this year. So I am not prepared to move forward with this petition this year, and I will be supporting the staff recommendation.
Charter schools, because they involve a selection process, automatically deny, by definition, the most challenged families that we have in our city. So, and that's been the case for all charters, not just KIPP. And those families that have the most challenges in our society then go to the non-charter schools in a higher concentration level. And it's overwhelming for the system as well. For that reason, basically, around charter schools, I can't afford a yes vote for this charter. I would like everybody to understand that these laws around that govern charter schools hamstring districts and make it so that that non-charter schools in the public school system are diminished.
The particular piece around the school discipline, I think, has been a concern of this board. In addition to the school discipline rates, there's long been concerns, as expressed by Commissioner Cook, that some students may be, that there be maybe lower rates of retention in KIPP schools.
The finding from the staff report under pupil suspension and expulsion was that the petition did not sufficiently balance students' rights to due process with responsibility to maintain a safe learning environment, or sufficiently explain how SFUSD will be involved in disciplinary matters. The charter school, the petitioner did respond and provided information regarding their track record on suspension rates for Black and Latino students. And the information basically is not good. I mean, they're not, they don't suspend at as low a rate as the district, and they are working on that. However, the finding stands because, one, they didn't provide information that shows that they are significantly getting better at that, and the petition has not been amended to reflect any change or in process to make that happen.
And on the teacher qualifications, this piece around the build teacher capacity and culturally and linguistically relevant and responsive, can you speak to that and what their inadequate amendment was?
So the petitioner provided additional information regarding teacher qualifications and professional development, but stated that the information provided in the petition meets the legal requirements and did not provide an amendment. They weren't forthcoming with anything to assuage staff concerns.
You felt that was there a particular reason why? Is it?
The reviewer, in this case, was not me, but staff reviewer felt that the petition did not provide evidence of professional development in teacher capacity in culturally and linguistically relevant and responsive pedagogy. And so there was no response provided to assuage that concern.
Yeah, and my comments are not just for the people in this room, but they're also for the public out there who also may not receive the same amount of information about charter schools, the charter school movement, what is actually happening in our schools, and you know, the plug and pull and the divisiveness of what's happening with the charter movement. You don't say we want to work together and be a part of the system and be collaborative, but on the flip side also say, and if you don't approve our charter, we're going to run to the state. That's not collaborative. That's not working together. That's not trying to be what's in the best interest of students and families. What this is doing is causing division and causing something that is not sustainable. You won't be able to sustain a charter movement in a traditional public school system. There's not enough resources to go around to do that. I heard someone tonight say that there are no pathways to success currently for our kids in the Bayview. And you think KIPP is the savior? Not with comments like that. In fact, comments like that promote the notion that Black and brown children cannot learn. And I've been trying to dispel that for 42 plus years, but more recently because of the propaganda that is out there, calling our children the worst, promoting methodologies that our children cannot learn. It's despicable, and statements like that are part of the problem and not going to be part of the solution. We have district administrators and principals and educators working very hard in our Bayview schools, at Charles Drew, at Bret Hart, at Malcolm X, at George Washington Carver. And there's actually change happening, particularly at a couple of the schools that I just named. Site administrators sticking around for years. Less turnover in our Bayview schools than we've had in the past several years. These are the things that are happening in our schools, and if we rally around them and work together, we will continue to see improvements. But we cannot continue to push a false narrative of what our children can accomplish and what our schools can accomplish. So you've insulted the hardworking people in the district. I don't personally care if you insult me, because I'm going to continue to work hard and do the things I do, but that is definitely inappropriate in my opinion. There's also a record of charter schools, which, you know, some of you may not know and understand this, where they use our black and brown families, they promote certain narratives and propaganda, they get them to start and participate in charter schools, and then our most challenging students are weeded out. So these test scores that they tote, these decisions that they make, these reports that they send out, that's because they've basically privatized public schools. They've basically privatized public schools by weeding out the most challenging students and then boasting of achievement while they've weeded out the most challenging students that we continue to work with on a day-to-day basis. And just the last thing I want to say, I heard people mention schools on the other side of town and how great they are, and we know the inequities that happen. But let me tell you what happens in those schools and those school communities. The communities, the parents, they rally around those schools. All this great energy that we have in this room, just imagine what we would do with our baby schools if we rallied around them together. I will definitely be voting no on this.
On Resolution 17822 SP2 and its denial of the petition for KIPP Elementary Charter School. Mr. Cook?
Yes.
Mr. Haney?
Yes.
Ms. Mendoza-McDonald?
Yes.
Dr. Marassi?
Aye.
Ms. Norton?
Yes.
Mr. Sanchez?
Yes.
Mr. Walton?
Yes to deny.
Ms. Min?
Yes.
Mr. Ong?
Yes.
That's unanimous. Thank you.